There are 3 ways to do that. There's the Jack Canfield way. This is the recent training I had in the US. This is one of the topics he had. Second, I'll tell you my way. I have a lot of questions, right? But I think it is actually the questions, if you start asking yourself, then you will discover more. Because first he said, be who you want to be, do what you love, and then you will have everything. And lastly, I will also teach you about, have you heard of phythagoras? If you remember mathematics, he's one of the founders of geometry. And what he was saying is that every number has a meaning. Actually, the date of your birth, it is not an accident, right? There is actually a meaning to that. And the great thing with him, just by calculating what your number is, you can actually decode what is your life purpose. Just make sure that your numbers are registered or stored in your email, because I'm going to send you an ebook. This is the complete ebook, The Life You Are Born to Live With, because that has a lot of actual information. What is your life purpose? What are your challenges? What are the things you need to focus on? It's actually a great book. Okay, so what is our agenda for today? We're going to have a brief introduction about myself. I'm going to discuss what is really a purpose. Let us first define it. First, we will all have clarity. Why is it important? Why is it important for you to find your purpose? And how to find your purpose in just simple ways. Okay, so this is me and my family. I'm blocking you.
It's okay, I have seen this.
Yes, I'm going to be here. First, I always tell I'm a wife and a mother. That's actually, even the priest in church always tells me, before you serve others, make sure you're doing your role, which is the wife and the mother. So, I am a certified positive NLP guru. Actually, NLP is a study about how the mind works. I did this certification, but I always distinguish myself as the certified positive NLP guru because there might be a lot of NLP practitioners, but being my positive, the positive side of me, I always call myself that. And these are the other 3 titles that I always use. I am Chief Inspiration Officer, Chief Empowerment Officer, and Client Happiness Manager. I have other titles, but this is my favorite. So what is my life purpose? Why am I doing this? Some people think you're crazy, you're very busy with work, you have family. Actually, my mission is I want to inspire you and million more people to live happier lives. Because truly, I was asking my daughter, what do you want to see more in the world? And she was telling me, Mommy, I want to see more happy people. Actually, if you walk through the streets, you will see, right, very less people are smiling. Everybody's just letting life pass by. And it's sad because actually, we're all born to be happy. What else? I want you to help you celebrate a richer positive life. Because truly, everybody deserves to live a happy life. I have a website. It's called Live to Inspire. I've also built School of Positive Thoughts. And to continue this advocacy of giving people happiness, I am a crazy person. I have books. I have workbooks. I have online programs also. The first one I had is Limitless You. I have affirmation programs. I have coaching programs also. Okay. What is this? Have you heard of this quote? Mark Twain. I read this in Sekula. It's truly important. I can associate myself now. There are really 2 most important things in your life. First, the day you are born, which actually has a meaning and related to your purpose, which you will know later. Second, the day you find out why, because then you will have more clarity. Why am I here? What do I have to do? Okay, next. Let us define what a purpose is. So they said, purpose is the reason for which something is done or created or for which something exists. It is an intention or an objective. So why are you all here? Because you want to learn your purpose. Why am I here? Because I want to inspire and I want to help you find your purpose first. Okay, next. Why is it important to know your purpose? I love this quote also of Lao Tzu. Knowing yourself is true wisdom, and mastering yourself is true power. That's me. Because, see, I cannot control time. I cannot control my kids. I can only control myself. And once you can control yourself, you will have true power because you will have power over your emotions, anything that is surrounding you. Why do we really have to know? First, as I was telling you, you are really unique. You have a distinct purpose that only you can serve. It is actually the key to your happiness. As I was sharing you, once I found this purpose that I am here to teach and to share my knowledge, it really gives me profound happiness. Like, on weekends before, you would just find me in shopping malls. Shopping, going around. That's it. But I realized after buying a lot of things, and then the happiness fades away easily also. So I realized when I found this profound happiness from teaching, I normally do it on weekends and I have this volunteer work that I do. And I think it gives me happiness that is really beyond words. And especially when I see the success of my students. Ruth is here with us. Actually, I just interviewed here in the morning. Ruth joined Toastmasters Club. It's actually a non-profit organization which aims to improve communication, public speaking skills. She joined 5 months, but she already has 4 months. And she's actually breaking all records. And watch out for her videos. She actually shared how she did it. And it's all about being clear of what she wants and actually visualizing it. What is the other thing? It is the key to your happiness, and it is also the key to your success. Truly, if I go through some slides later, who are those people who are very successful now? Because why? They found their purpose at a very early age. Okay, let's start. So, I want to ask you, who by the age of 12 was already serious about making a career for himself as a movie director? Take a guess. Who? Spielberg? Correct. See what he said? I don't dream at night. I dream all day. I dream for the movie. Actually, I was reading his story. I was really inspired because, see, at the age of 12, what I was doing at the age of 12? I think I'm still playing outside. I think even I've read about Mark Zuckerberg and also Bill Gates. I think at the age of, 12 to 15, they're already making computer programs. I was like, oh my God, if somebody told me I could have done that. Okay, next question. Who was imitating his father's golf swing at age 6 months? 6 months. While still in the crib. At age 2, he appeared on the Mike Douglas show and putted with Bob Hope. At age 3, he shot 48 for 9 holes, and at age 5, he's at the golf ranges. Of course. Imagine 6 months. So what are the talents of your kids? Shalanis. The good thing is that every one of us really has a unique talent. But the question is that how early were you able to recognize that? And I think in our reading Tiger Woods' story, the great thing with him, his father is really a golf fan. So all throughout, he has the support of his father. That is why he has become the person he is now. It's one of the highest paid sports, of course. So, at 6 months, he's already playing golf. You say, wow. What am I doing in 6 months? I don't know.
I'd like to quote him. I will be
Yeah.
better than I am today.
Yes, correct. The greatest thing about tomorrow is I will be better than I am today. That is, do you believe that? Because I think it is, in my training of how the mind works, they're telling us we are only using less than 10% of your brain power. And if Tiger Woods, he is already at the top of his career, he's saying, I am better than yesterday. And actually, if you do something every day to be better, then you will be better than yesterday. What is the next question? Do you know how many people know their life purpose? Percent. Guess, how many percent? 3%. How many percent? 10? 5? Roshni is always good. See, that's true. Why are people unhappy? They are unhappy because they're doing things that is actually not they want to do. What is the percent of people who are unhappy with their jobs? Do you know how many percent? 80%. When I attended Canfield, because initially I had this book summary of Patrick Lencioni. Patrick said that only 29% of people are engaged in their job. So I was like, oh my God, that's a very low number. And actually, when I asked somebody who's so senior, I said maybe that's okay in France or somebody else. It's not applicable. But when I attended the Jack Canfield training, he said 80% of people are actually unhappy with their jobs. And I've read also somewhere, majority of heart attacks happen on a Monday. Maybe here it's different because we start working on a Sunday, right? But around the world, majority of heart attacks happen on a Monday because people don't want to go to office. It's too sad. It's too sad. Yeah, but this is reality. Many people actually, they just let time pass by, drifting aimlessly and unmoving. And at least you're different. So do you know what is your life purpose after answering this long questionnaire? Were you able to get something? Okay, after all these exercises, I want you to share your purpose because during the sharing also, when my husband and I went for this Jack Canfield training, he kept on saying, when you have something, you have to share. You have to tell people, what do you really want? Because really, the universe will answer back to you. He was saying there that if you say something, it goes back even to space. That far. It will reach that far, and it will echo around. Sometimes you want to call somebody, right? And then that person calls you. Lahat na. This is like without telephones, but you can, because this is what is called also the law of attraction. Because truly, we are an energy. The question is, what energy are you giving to others, and what energy are you getting from others? Even when I went for this Jack Canfield training, people there, they found me very crazy. They said, when did you come here and where are you from? So I was telling, I'm from Dubai. I said, huh, that's very far. Because actually, majority of the attendees are just nearby or what. I think the farthest near to me was Switzerland. I said, no, I flew 16 hours just to be here. He said, why did you come here? I said, last month, I told myself I want to see him in person. Because he's really one of those persons that I really admire because he's a great speaker. He speaks from the heart. I said, I want to really see him live and how he really does it. And then I said, I want it. And then the training came. And thankfully, if you really want something, the universe will conspire to help you achieve it. Because first I said I want it. The training came by. It was 50% off for the VIP. So I was very excited. I was jumping in my BP shoes like, please allow me to go on leave. It's not scheduled, but this is really my dream. And he was like, okay. But then he approved really the also. Thankfully, my husband also got approved for his leave. And then the rest of history comes because my mom came and my kids came also. So, but really, if you want something, first you have to be clear, what do you need? Because Jack always explained, this universe is like a restaurant. He said, or it's like ordering pizza. You call, right? And then you're gonna order pizza. But you cannot just call again that, oh, I want to cancel now. Can you change it? He said the problem is that we people, first we're not clear what we really want. Second, we keep on changing our numbers. But once there is clarity, then there will be more clarity also. So what is the purpose of life is a life full of purpose. True. And according to what I've watched and actually read, I read a lot. There are really three purposes that we all humans share. One is to love and be loved. That's true. Second, to express yourself. Right? Third is to serve others. What is the quarter? The purpose of human life is to serve and to show compassion and the will to help others. Look at your hands. Are there spaces? Yes. You know why they said there are spaces? There are spaces because you want to make sure that you are connected not only to yourself, but you are connected to another person also. All the person in this room, we are all connected. You will not believe, Shalani, I don't know, it's just a message that I want somebody to proofread my book. And then she sent a message and everything became this to me. Everybody is connected. They're here. So, if you feel alone also, you say, oh, somebody is connected. We are all connected. And this is one of the things I truly love. Have you heard of this? They said, the place God calls you is the place where your deep gladness and the world's deep hunger meet. This is how it is explained. Have you seen this chart? There is something called a sweet spot. They said the sweet spot is where you're gonna be super, super successful. Majority of the people I know, like Bill Gates, this is the hedgehog, as this Dave Crane is calling. Majority of the people, the successful people, now what is the Tiger Woods is very good in golf. How is he earning? By playing golf. Michael Jordan, he's very good in basketball. Bill Gates, Michael Zuckerberg, Oprah. These people were able to capitalize and learn whatever their core talents are and make it into a life. Because I think if you're doing what you love, you will never really get tired. It's like, this is what they call when your vocation becomes your vocation. So what is it? It says you love it. It's actually your passion. You are great at it. That can be a profession. Actually, in one of the sheets, I also put a profession because I want you to validate, am I in the right area? Am I maximizing the use of my abilities? You are paid for it. It's actually the service, and the world needs it because the world is paying for it. So, are you working within? Who of you here got the sweet spot? Roshni?
It says,
You got?
although I think I don't belong.
Actually, one of my students, when we tried to do this, is like, because see, there's something called, you have a profession, and then you have a job. So one of my students actually graduated another course, and he's working for another course. So actually, there's a mismatch. Actually, what they said also, when there's a misalignment between what you believe in, what your talents are, there's actually some that creates the unhappiness in your life. I'll tell you my story. I am audit manager of Emirates Airlines. And auditors, how do you know auditors? They always look at policeman. We only look at what is not working. So when we come to the department, first, we are not welcome. Second, we have to find what is not working. And for me, I always get sick. Monthly, I'm gonna be sick. Because I realize there's a big misalignment in my life. I am a very positive person, but I always have to look for what is not working. So I was like, oh, so that creates a lot of stress for me. Because it's very difficult to deal with a person and then say you have done something wrong or something like that. But I think once I learned to acknowledge that, then I also changed my working style from being a policeman to being a person. How can we make things better? Then actually that begin to align also with my energies. Because if you're doing something that you really don't like to do, first it creates unhappiness to you, and that happiness actually creates a problem internally with your emotions. So let us ask, did you answer the first exercise? What are two of your unique personal qualities? Did you see that? See, this is actually the last, it's within here. It's within part of the questionnaires. But the question is that, what do you love to do? Okay? When are you best at? When are you happiest? What gives you the greatest sense of meaning in life? What is something that you will do even if you don't get paid? Do you know the answer? What is something you will do if you don't get paid? Just give that answer to the person at your back. Just tell them. What do you love to do and what will you do if you don't get paid? Because it will bring you closer. Just tell it to the next person. You have those lists now. What do you love to do? See, I can see also the happiness in your face. You're just sharing it, right? I want to teach, but you're very happy. Are you teaching? Because why? The thought of doing that actually gives me happiness. This is actually how meditation works. Meditation works in a way that you have to think of doing what you love to do. And then that gives you happiness. The other day, I was trying to meditate because I realized, see, you can go back to any memory of the past. Because the mind can really recall anything. And I remember when I was in college, I really love to, after work, because I used to work when I was in college, after work, I will go up a very high stair because that is where the chapel is. And I went back to that memory that I was going up to the chapel and I was praying. And oh my God, I was really crying so much and I felt so much peace. And I think if you want to go back to any memory of the past, Roshni and I did it in one exercise. Because one time she was very stressed. So I was telling her, let's detox all the stress. So we just imagine her going back to her home and seeing the beautiful picture of the parents and the beauty of her house and the scenery. And then she was very, these are one purifications. You can do that. You can do that. There's a beauty. Sometimes what I do when I go to the washroom, I feel tired. I just close my eyes and I look at the picture of where I want to go. And then, if you have problems in terms of imagining, some people have problems. I don't know how to visualize. I know how to imagine. Then imagine looking at the picture. And now sitting in the morning, Facebook now has 360 something, 360 apps where you can see any part of the world. That's really cool. Do you want to travel to a place? You know, the places that I've been to, first I had that vision that I want to go there. You want to go to Paris, then look at Paris. And then, that opportunity. What's it? So you know now what you will do if you don't get paid. For me, it's obvious, it is teaching. So what is it? God make you different so you can make a difference. You know what they said? What is true? At the time you were conceived in the womb, your DNA is actually you. That DNA never existed and it will never be repeated. That's why at the time you were born, you're actually, there's a purpose, there's a meaning. Even during the course of your life, there are experiences that only you have, right? That's why we are all unique in so many sense. You have a unique purpose that only you can fulfill because that is what you do. Okay. One. Push. Okay. You know when I went for Jack Canfield, but he keeps on saying, you have to do a whoosh. This is, you have to clap. 1, 2, 3, and then whoosh. You have to release the energy to quick pass away. Okay, let's do it. 1, 2, whoosh. Okay.
It's like a tada.
Tada. We can do the tada later. Okay, we have already shared. So this is actually, you have this in the first chart. There was another study by Howard Gardner. He said there are 7 kinds of multiple intelligence. Because initially I was the trick for me is that what is really my talent? The problem is that when we went to school, we know so many things, right? I think first when you were born, some people are very good in writing, are very good in drawing. But as we go on through life, we have to learn math, we have to learn science, we have to learn Excel. And then, it's so confusing na what is really my talent? When I was asked this question of, do you want to know your purpose? I said, okay. Then you ask, what is your talent? And I was like, what's my talent? I have to ask my husband, what do you think is my talent? I said, you don't know. I'm really confused. I don't know. It took me really a while. I had so much to know what is really my talent. And then, this is a very good presentation, right? Because it gives a lot. Some people are into music. My eldest daughter is into music. So she's into sing along, concert music, playing at home. And the best thing with that, on the next page, just see the next page. This actually tells you, based on where you belong in this chart, this is what should be your job work, what your current profession is. Are you falling on the right bracket? No. Who's falling on the right bracket? You are. That's one. You're out there. That's why you're very successful in your business. See, the people who are actually operating within their zone is actually successful. Because first you have to know what you want, do it, kasi Ate is a very successful entrepreneur. So, why she's very successful, she's always sharing, I get tired, but I love doing what I do. That is actually when you really love what you do, it is where you will find success. So, start thinking of what really your core talent is. Start moving into how do I get there? And then you will also find the channel to find that. See, I also have it here. I think I'm the logical mathematical. That is the problem. I'm so logical. So before making a decision, I have to make a lot of computations, cost-benefit analysis. But really, if you want something, sometimes you just have to let go. You just have to believe that everything is gonna be fine. possible. So this is the one. Have you marked it? Just mark it for yourself also. Where do you belong? Okay. Because like for me, I'm on the auditor side, but I realize I want to do something else, so I move into the... Okay, there is a question. Okay, you might be working on your core area, but why are you unhappy? The question is, there are a lot of things which makes us unhappy. First, if some persons are not operating the same way as you are. Like for example, have you met people who you really like at first? And just for the first time you met that person, you feel very comfortable. You know why? Because that person is like you. Because the mind likes similar things. But the mind doesn't like that, is not familiar with us. So sometimes if you're a very quiet person and somebody comes and is very close, quiet. Right? But if there's somebody who's so quiet and then you're very talkative, you say, come on, please stop. Right? Because our mind actually likes the same things. We also reject change. Do you find it difficult coming here? Who's the first time you came here? I was first also. We got lost and it's very near our house. And then my husband saying, I think that's the one, but how do we go around it? You know why? Because it's a change for you. You haven't been here. But if this is your house, from the office to your house, maybe you can drive without, just like with closed eyes also, if there's people on the road. Because actually, your mind likes similar. It is actually operating automatically. Do you think when you brush your teeth? No. Do you think when you breathe? No, it's actually operating. That's why you're using less than 10% of your brain. And I want to show you that your mind rejects change. This is one of the exercises we did. So I want you to do like that. Close, okay? So which one is on top? Left or right?
Right.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, do it again. What is again on top?
Right.
Again, right? It's the same. Okay, then you do the other way. You try to force.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
No.
Are you comfortable?
No.
No? See, change is difficult. You're not comfortable. Okay, let's do it. You put it one higher up. Okay, so like from here, this is gonna be on the second finger like that. So it's gonna be up. Okay? You're comfortable? Okay, put it up again a little higher. Okay, do it. Okay. Are you comfortable? No. This is why change is not comfortable. That is why it is very difficult. The world is constantly changing, right? Even Facebook keeps on changing. The world keeps on changing. That's why it's very difficult for us to be one person. Okay, I want you to also do like this. Okay? I want you to do the other way around. Confused. It's difficult, right? Because to me, your mind rejects change. Because you will, whenever you do like that, you will always hold it the way you hold it. But you will not do it like, why will you even think of how to do that? Right? That's why. But you also have to be careful. Because change is the only constant in this world. I was reading one article, they said, 20 years from now, 47% of the jobs won't be there. The question is that, how are your job going to be replaced? Are you ready for it? Because you also have to change. You have to keep on learning new things. Because then, easily you can be replaced by computers, by automation. So you have to keep on learning. You have to do something. You have to do something every day. Because it is not the strongest of the species who will survive. It is those who are adaptable to change. This is the Charles Darwin. So you have to think of, what are the changes in my life that I am rejecting? And how can I cope up? Because really, it's not easy, but you have to. You have to. Okay? Okay, let's move to the next. Okay, let's first do this is the Jack Canfield version. So on exercise, I think it's method 1. Have you answered that? Okay. So the question is, what are 2 of your unique personal qualities? You know already, right? Everybody knows. How can you express those qualities? Okay? then how would the world look like if it is perfect right now? Okay? And then, what does it feel like if people express their talents? And then you have to combine it. First, I showed you the power of the vision, right? When you did the exercise. I want to show you the power of words. Archani, is it? This is the power of words. Do you know that? On the power of words? Wow, see? I think I know about it. You know what they said? I think it was, if you want to change your life, change your thoughts, change your words. Your words will, because your words are not in your hands. What I want you to do, you have to just be on the side. Okay? I want you to keep this strong, very strong, that I cannot move it up. Strong, strong. Okay? I want you to keep it strong, but you have to repeat after what I'm saying. Okay? Keep it strong, strong, strong. Can you move it? Keep it strong. Said I'll try. I'll try. Say I'll try. 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 She's really weak. Okay, put it down. You know what he said? Because the words that you said, if you just try, according to the success chart, that is only 20% success. But if you said, I can, it's gonna be 80% success. Okay, let's do it. Okay. Keep it strong. Strong. I can. 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 Very strong. She's really very strong. Okay, okay, then. She's really very strong. Because she said I can. Right? So whatever you want to do, if this is really, if you're now clear of what your purpose is, I can do it. I can reach my purpose. Okay, there's one more exercise. Did you know your life purpose? Yes. Okay. Okay, I want you to think of, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to see that purpose, how it will serve you. Okay? Keep it strong. Okay? Now I want you to look at that purpose, how it will serve other people, how it will make the life of other people. Okay? She's you know what he said? If you always think about yourself, it is it's a very small purpose. It's not very strong. But when she started to think of how will that purpose serve other people, she became strong. Right? There's one more thing I want to do. There's also something on the power of looks. Remember I told that we are all a part of energy. So I want you to look at her and look at her body, like you're upset with her. Okay? Let's see how it will make her weak or strong. Okay? Keep it strong again. Keep it strong. I want you to look at her, not smile. Just frown at her. And say, boo! 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 She's being weak. Okay, now I want you to be strong again. I want you to smile at her. Just smile at her. Even the vision, it really has something. But I want you now again, okay, put it up first. What I will ask you to do, even if they're saying boo, I want you to imagine yourself being surrounded by water. But you cannot hear them. Okay? Surround yourself. Keep it strong. Strong. I want you to surround yourself with water. Can you see the picture now? Being surrounded by water. Keep it strong. Say boo! 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 Remove the water now. Remove the water. Say again. Boo! Okay. See? What is the meaning? I always tell Roshni, if somebody is telling something to you that is not nice, or you don't want to hear it, create a filter. Because you can also create a filter in yourself. What did she do? It's just a simple, she just imagined that there is a water surrounding her. Because the mind doesn't know what is imagining, what is feeling. You have nightmares of this. But you still remember that. You still get scared. So that is actually, I want you to understand the power of your words, the power of your vision, the power of filtering yourself, keeping away the bad things that actually. Okay? Let's move on. What is the next step? Okay, let's be awake. 1, 2, 3, push. Okay, again. 1, 2, 3, push. You've already shared what is there. Okay. found my purpose. So you found the 4 gifts, you've already marked it right. I also asked myself, what do I love to do? What is your childhood dream? Do you still remember your childhood dream? Yes. I remember I want to be a nun. Weird, right? So then, why? I don't know. I felt like I want to serve God. Even my mom said before, what happened to your money by being a nun? I said, I just want to be. But of course, my mom wants me to be close to her, so she did not allow me. And I think as we grow, it also changed. After wanting to be a nun, the second thing I want is to be a nurse. Because nurse wears white, right? I felt like it's very nice. I always like white color. I think it's about the peace and beauty of that color. It's really good. But then my mom said, nurse is very expensive. And then also second, when I realized that you have to see dead people, you have to see God, I was like, no way. Thank you. So I ended up being an accountant. Why do you want this thing? I said, I want to be a nun before because I want to serve. I also want to be a nurse because I want to have the patience. Next, who are the 3 persons you admire? Did you answer those questions? For me, I love Mother Teresa. I love her so much. See, they said we do. See, that's why you're here, because we're all the same. I love Mother Teresa. I watched her documentary on TV and I was really crying. My mom was telling me, what's the problem? Oh my God, she touched me really to the core. She's really very different. Like, I think one of the stories also when I was reading, her feet actually, she keeps on wearing small slippers because I think she has a mission in India to give away things to poor people. And she will always wear only what is available, what is left. And the things that she's wearing on her feet is smaller than her size. So her feet is actually looking very good. So I also love Jack Canfield was telling me because I've heard a lot of people who are motivational speakers, but there are people who just speak, but there's no heart to it. But sometimes even when I listen to them, I also cry. I don't know, maybe I'm just so emotional. And there's one Filipino motivational speaker, if you've heard him, Bo Sanchez. Bo Sanchez from the Philippines. I attended actually his training, a lot of his trainings. And I actually was crazy enough to buy all his books. And I actually read them. And actually that also changed my life. I used to be a person who's very emotional, who's always sickly, who has a lot of, I always have a lot of fears. If you ask my husband what his memory of me and the house, he said, you're very fearful of everything. Because my mom also, when she was raising me, she said, don't do this, don't do that, stay with me. You will not imagine, up to college graduation, the farthest I've reached is 15 minutes away from her. That is how my mom has kept us intact. But then who would imagine, when I told my boss before that I'm going to Dubai, she said, are you crazy? It's gonna be very far. And I'm telling you, my first few years in Dubai, it was really difficult for me. I don't know even how to wash clothes. You can imagine, I have to call my mom long distance. Mom, how do I wash my clothes? How do I use the washing machine? I don't know it. I don't know how to cook. I don't know anything. I have a lot of fears. I have fear of speaking. I have fear of talking. In the office, they rarely hear me talk. Because I'm always in my cell. My own cell. I will do my work, go home. But then after also I did my NLP training, I think it opened my channel to so many things. I think what is taught is that once you understand how the mind works, it will improve all areas of your life. It will improve also your communications. It will improve. Because now I realize if there's something that I want to say, if I say it in the right words, it always gets acceptable. So, and it's really working. Because I think one of the things also that was taught to us during this training, some of us are actually not asking. We want something that we're afraid to ask. And because of that, we're missing a lot of opportunities. How did I meet Shalani? I wrote a book about matters, and then I need somebody to read it for me. Some of my friends are actually busy. My mentor in the Philippines is also busy. So in the company, I said, I need somebody who can proofread my book. She said, me. So I met her. You have to ask. Jack Canfield, be an asked for. But it's spelled A-S-K. It says be an asked for. You know how many times The Chicken Soup of the Soul is actually one of the books, it's the bestseller of all times. They have sold a million. You know how many publishers put them down? 144 publishers. 144. Oh, how many times before the light was invented? Thomas Edison, how many times he died? 10,000. Right? But the problem is for us, when we fail, we said, I'm not going to do it again. That is our problem. We have a lot of fears. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, and I think, so what if you fail? Right? You have to keep on trying. So what if you ask? So if the other person said no to you, then ask the next person. Right? Can you help me? Can you do this for me? Because if somebody, next, N-O means next opportunity. So if I actually said no, okay, next opportunity. You have to be. Because then you will meet the right person. And the majority of the successful people today come after failures actually. Oprah, when I was reading her story, I think she was rejected. She used to have a show in the radio, and she was rejected because she has no talent. Right? Imagine. So what are we trying to do? Future, imagine you're 80 years old, and your life has unfolded beyond your wildest dreams. What would you be remembered for? Do you know now? How do you want to be remembered? One time I was writing my eulogy. Rosie was like, no, why are you writing this? He's like, don't be morbid. No, I want to see my future. I wrote there, I want to be a person that has created a positive lasting changes in my life. It has positive impacts. And even sometimes when I go back, I even cry again. Oh my God, I wrote this. It touched me also. You have to, how do you want to be remembered? Because then you will start to work towards that. Have you heard of the Nobel Prize story? Alfred Nobel. Alfred Nobel, I'm just going to say. Alfred Nobel is actually the inventor of dynamite. Do you know that? What happened to him? He was, there was a mistake in the obituary of the newspaper which says the death, he was called, he has a very bad obituary, like the death of the dead. Let me just get it. I saved it last night just to make sure I get the word right. Nobel Prize is actually, he changed his future. Let me just get it for you. See, this is what he said in the newspaper. The merchant of death is dead. So when and actually it was not Alfred who died, it was Ludwig, his brother, who died. And then when he realized, oh my God, my obituary is that the merchant of the death is dead, he doesn't want that. So he wanted to change his future. So what he did, he created a foundation which is actually the Nobel Peace Prize. So see, how do you remember him now? He's not now the merchant of death, right? He's now who is there in the Nobel Peace Prize? There is some Mother Teresa is there, and a lot of people. So he was created to be a person of peace. And he changed his future. And actually, when he died, a lot of his family got shocked because majority of his fortune is on the child. Because he wanted to be remembered. Today, it's more than $1 million. So what do you want to do? What is the obituary you want to do? If it is badly written now, then you have to choose how do I want to do. See, up to this day, he's remembered not something about it, but something about this. So you can actually change your future. Correct? What is the quality of life you have experienced? What difference you make in other people's lives? Did you answer all of that? Okay. I will give you now another time to share. Okay? But have you written it also? Let's do a push before sharing. 1, 2, 3, push. So how do you want to be remembered for? What is the impact you want to leave? Okay? Now I want you to see which one is shorter. There will always be a hand that is short. But did you see the line here? Make sure that the line is together and put it. there's always one hand that is shorter. Did you see that?
Right foot.
Yes, I want you to raise that hand that is shorter. Raise. I want you to put it in front of your face. We will say, yung mas short. I want you, the shorter hand, which is the short, okay, put it in front of you. Say, we will say grow longer 8 times, okay? But you have to look. Grow longer, 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 grow longer. Do it again. Do it again. Did it grow longer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Ta-da! Oh my God! Oh my God! Yes!
Oh my God.
Roshni is asking for explanation.
Exactly.
Can I tell you something? You know why? You know why? Your mind will always have something in mind. I told you something is actually shorter, right? And actually it's true. But it's also how you see it. Now, because when you said it's gonna be longer, 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 in your mind, you're creating that vision that it's gonna be longer. That's why it's actually go longer. Actually, you can have seen it. I don't know when it will come back. But you have to be thankful it's even now. But these are the power of your words. Have you heard of Masaru Emoto? Masaru Emoto is a Japanese scientist. What he does, he takes water. I have pictures in my other presentations. He experimented on water. He took water samples from everywhere. He took it from church. He took it out from a rock star, bad places, good places. And then he freezed that water into a temperature that is so low. And then he looked at the microscope, how it looks like. The pictures of words spoken like angel, peace, it really looks like crystal. It's really nice. But those words like you disgust me, I hate you, that's really a broken picture. And what is scary? Do you know how many percent of our body is water? 72. 72% of your water is water. So what are the words you tell yourself? That will really impact you. You say grow longer, maybe. Maybe I will still grow. I must grow. Taller, tall. Maybe I'm watch out if I gain some more. Whatever you tell yourself, it's gonna be your reality. That's true. Whatever your mind can conceive, you can achieve. But you need to change the thoughts in your mind. You need to change the words that you speak. You know what's the problem? Actually, ourselves are our greatest enemy. In my study of how the mind works, they said majority of our thoughts are negative. And do you know how many positive thoughts you need to remove the negative? Guess, how many? No, not 5. Higher. How many? 16. You need 16 positive thoughts to remove 1 negative. See? Yes. That's why it's very difficult. You had a bad day. How many hours, or sometimes when some person had a bad day, the whole day is ruined, right? It takes 16 positive thoughts to remove 1 negative. And also, you have also the right to change your. Do you also want to learn something more? Are you okay to explain? Yeah, sure. I want to teach you one more thing. There are some people, you can always, there's something called NLP terms. You're changing the submodality. Okay, there are some people who speaks to us, but we don't like to hear them, right? It upsets us. You can change the submodality. One of my students, I will not name the names, she has a very cruel boss. Whenever the boss speaks, she cries. Or whenever she talks with the boss, she cries. Because she's that cruel. Now, I told her, when she speaks, or when you hear her talk, why don't you change the voice? It can be any cartoon character that you really find funny. Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse. And she did the minion. So the next time she came to the boss, she has tried to change the minion sound. You know, the cruel boss said, how come you're not crying? See? Now I want you to think of one person that you want to change the voice because you don't like that person. Okay? Now imagine changing that voice to a cartoon character. Think of a person now. You have that person in your mind? Yes? I want you to hear that person talking. Can you imagine? Right? Hear that person. Now change the voice of the person. Make it Donald Duck, or Mickey Mouse, or Minion. See, you're laughing. Ay, China's laughing. Even Malu. It's that simple. So if somebody upsets you, you just change the voice. So it will not upset you anymore. You have the power to choose the emotion. You can ignore it, but I think this might help. Because ignoring, it's not really a great filter because it's to see that person. But then if you change even the looks, if you see that person, you imagine it to be a cartoon character. I remember in the past, we used to have a lot of people have their own names. Like we have this cartoon in the Philippines, Sarah. Princess Sarah. There's a cruel teacher, Miss Mitchings. So I used to call somebody, Miss Mitchings. So whatever you want to do, it should really happen. That actually helps a lot. So what's the next one? We need a whoosh. Okay. Did you also write the life purpose statement? I will answer question number 1. What can I do now? Or what do I want to do? Then the second is, who would you like to do this with? Sometimes it's also about things very specific. Like some people said, I want to serve all people. I want to serve kids. Are you very specific? Who do you want to help? How would they benefit? And what are the qualities of life you will enjoy as a result of doing? So I put mine. I will use my gifts of positive faith and knowledge of NLP to inspire, help, educate, and empower people so they can live positive, prosperous, and purposeful lives. And in so doing, I will experience peace when I am serving God. You have it already with you. You have written also. This is actually more helpful, right? Yes. Because actually you're filling up the idea with the questions. Is it the same with what you have already shared? Or is it different? Bravo. At the age of 14, he's already a millionaire. 14. When he was small, he said he saw his mother that they're living on welfare, government support. So he said, I want to do something. I want to put my mom out of poverty. You know what he started doing? He started to take a rock out of the backyard of another person and sell that rock to that person. He's selling, this is the rock. And he's like, why are you selling me the rock? This is my rock. No, this is the gratitude rock. So he's able to make $5 out of that. Then what he did next, he started to help poor people from grocery to carry the goods. And then he started a business. He said, I love kids and I want to eat. So he started syrup, pancake syrup. And because that company actually sold a lot, at the age of 14, he resold that company to another company, getting him $1 million. You know what? I also heard him speaking. He said, I was a kid, I didn't know it wasn't possible. The problem is that we have a lot of beliefs that I cannot do this because of that. I have to follow this because of that. The problem is that those beliefs actually are harming us. It is preventing us from doing what we have to do. When kids are born, they have no limitations really. But then they were taught that you cannot do this, you cannot do that. But the truth is that you have no limitations. You can do it. But then you have to have the right mindset to say, this is what I want, this is what I will do, and I will do it. Because really, it's not easy. If you want something, you really have to have faith, you have to pursue it. You need to maybe try 10,000 times. I hope not. But it's the courage to do it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, whoosh! But every day we have the opportunity to make a positive impact. It's true. I think every day, what is the real secret to happiness? we often, before I always think of, who can make me happy today? We always wait for somebody to give us happiness, right? But the truth is that you will have more happiness if you give it to somebody, right? You smile at a person, the person will smile back at you. But if you frown at a person, what are the chances of that person smiling back at you? So if you want really more happiness in life, you have to give more happiness. You have to make somebody happy. Like, he was telling me, I love volunteering. And actually, it gives a lot of happiness. Our channel, she likes charity. And she, you know what, she was actually saying, I love charity, I love kids. If you really like it, yeah, your happiness is from giving it to others. It's really wonderful. And you can make any difference. Sometimes, if you met somebody, just saw in the corridor, right? And you say, oh, you're looking beautiful today. That person will believe you, say, thank you. But it has to be genuine, of course. There are people who say, oh, you look beautiful today. You say, it's not real. It has to be a genuine compliment, right? And it has to be, you know, who of you here knows the second man who reached the earth? I'm sorry, who reached the moon? You know the second person? Who is the second person who reached the moon? I also don't know. No, the good thing is that we don't know everybody. We're not supposed to know. But the thing is that whoever you know, whoever are close to you, they're the people who hurt you the most. You always believe in those people who are very close to you. They can hurt you. Like, sometimes, let's say for example, if a person shouts, I don't know him, does it really hurt me? No, I wouldn't even care. But if my husband shouts at me, I will start crying. That's why the people you love the most, the people you care the most, can hurt you. Why? Because your receiving channel is it. Because you love that person. That's why you also have to be careful. What is the energy? What is the kind of emotion that you're expressing? If you want another person to believe more in themselves, you have to cheer them up. You have to give your support. And also, you have to be also responsible for yourself. Nobody every day will tell you, you can do this, you can do this. You have to tell yourself. You have to be your own person. You have to use the power of yourself. Okay, let's see. This is the most interesting part. Phythagoras is one of the greatest mathematicians of all times. I remember na, oh my God, geometry, I hate that because it's drawing. Numerology, yes. Phythagoras, what he found out, he put a meaning into everything through numbers. And he said, your date of birth, there is a meaning to that. Okay? Now, I want you to add the purpose. Did you add now?
Yes.
Are you ready to hear your numbers?
Yes.
I will give you the full book. It's a very interesting book. It will tell you, like for example, for me, who are the 30/3 here? One of the things that were mentioned there, it will also tell you your life path, your health challenges, and everything. Like for me, they said the health challenges, sometimes if I have throat problems, which I normally have, so because I cannot express myself. She's being super true. If you have throat problems, meaning your energy is blocked. Because all of us have energies. And I have energy, you can see the energy of talking to me is very big. And if I cannot express myself, this gets blocked. So all of you have health challenges. It will also tell you there are several laws of the universe. Law of attraction, law of fate, it will also which law applies to you. It is a very good book. Because I was telling you, I've done so many readings, what is my life purpose, but when I was reading this book, I was like, oh my God, was it accurate? It is really accurate to many people that I know. So, this is a summary of what is the positive and the negative of your numbers. Who of you here is 21/3? 21/3. Okay, Malo. I'm going to give it to, I have a printout. Okay, I will read for 21. See, in this book, it will tell you understanding the life purpose. And then, it will help, this is my husband's what's the positive and the negative? What are your life path issues? For your health, for your relationships, Finances. Okay. Who is 12 over 3? Also. 12 over 3.
Bakit yung
Wala. Okay.
pag sinunod
I'm gonna read for 21 over 3 and 12 over 3. Both, this is about talent, work, and finances. Both 21 over 3 and 12 over 3 display a strong combination of creative and expressive energy for writing, designing, speaking, debating, advising, promoting, or engaging in any creative field. Although they are extremely versatile, they are the happiest when expressing and creating while supporting and uplifting others. No matter what their work, 21 trees and 12 trees generally confront some self-doubt and insecurity. With persistence, they earn positive feedback and support from others, and their confidence grows. They have well-rounded energies made for useful, innovative work. When they get past double hurdles of self-doubt and insecurity, they let their feelings and creative uses so they will be better with their finances. It will even tell you who are the famous people in your number. That's very good. And this is what he said. If you want to manifest your life purpose, focus your attention on core issues and generating specific action to transform key areas of your life. See, there's also a useful question for you. I'm going to say this. Just make sure that you have the right email address also. Almost at the end of the session. Of course, first I would like to thank you all for coming. This session is made possible because of the people who actually contributed. The only thing I only ask for you, give whatever you want because it's gonna fund the future things that we're gonna do. We're gonna do summer events. The next 2 weeks I'm gonna have more sessions. And whatever you do is gonna be funded that. And part of it we're gonna be also supporting some scholarships because I'm supporting some scholarship programs in the Philippines. And I also want to promote my book. They said if you want to do something, who of you here wants to write a book? Write a book, yes. The next few sessions, I will probably have one more training how to write a book. Because I think, first you have to go ask, why do you want to write a book? I want to write a book. I wrote this because I want to share my knowledge to people. And I have here a summary of whatever mind lessons is what I know how I use it. It is summarized here. And whoever wants a copy, it's there. I also have a workbook because some people they don't want to read. So these are the exercises only and the powerful quotes. If you want, you can get a copy from there. And what you said there, the key to your future is you. If you want to lose weight, you cannot delegate somebody to do the exercise for you. Now you found your purpose. It is yours to fulfill. I am only the child, but it is for you to do it. And it is only those who really take action who actually can happen. And if you need anything, if you need any support, feel free to ask me. Do you have any questions? We're open for questions. Any questions?